Most people think that lying is when you say something false. But that's only the obvious version. Sometimes lying is staying quiet when you know that you should speak up. Sometimes it's pretending that something doesn't bother you. Sometimes it's blaming your childhood, your partner, your job, your parents, or the government, or the world, because admitting your part would hurt too much. And the problem with lying is that it's not just morally wrong. The problem is that lies make your life impossible to navigate. Because if you refuse to see reality clearly, how can you possibly aim properly? Truth is how you orient yourself. Truth is like a map. If the map is accurate, you can move forward. If the map is wrong, even your best efforts take you further away from where you want to go. That is why truth matters. Not because you're trying to sound noble, not because you want to win arguments, but because your life depends on being able to see clearly. If you lie to yourself about your habits, your relationship, your finances, your attitude, your health, or your responsibilities, you don't remove the problem. You just remove your ability to deal with it. And that's why the most dangerous lies we tell are the ones that we tell ourselves. Most people don't destroy their lives with one massive lie. They do it slowly. I'm fine. It's not that bad. I'll deal with it later. It's their fault. I can stop any time. I'm just unlucky. I don't care. But underneath those little lies, something begins to rot. Because deep down, you usually know. You know when you're avoiding something. You know when you're not giving your best. You know when you're resentful, and you know when you're pretending. And the longer you ignore that voice, the quieter it becomes. And that's dangerous. Because your conscience is one of the few things that's trying to save you from yourself. So while the truth hurts, telling lies will cost you more. Yes, telling the truth can be painful. It might mean admitting you were wrong. It might mean apologizing. It might mean having to change. It might mean letting go of an image of yourself that you liked. But the pain of truth is usually a clean pain. It hurts, but it heals. The pain of lies is different. It spreads. It gets complicated. It usually requires more lies to protect the first one. It makes you anxious. It makes you defensive. And it makes you fragile. Because now you're not just living your life, you're managing a performance. So, as a start, always tell the truth in your own house. Before you can try and fix the world, start by telling the truth in your own life. Where are you making excuses? Where are you blaming someone else? Where are you avoiding responsibility? Where are you pretending not to know what you know? This is where maturity will begin. Not with a grand public statement, definitely not with posting your opinions online, and definitely not by criticizing everybody else. It begins with looking at your own life and saying, all right, what is actually true here? That question is powerful because once you ask it honestly, you can't stay the same forever. Now, the truth doesn't mean cruelty. There is a difference between telling the truth and using the truth as a weapon. Some people will say, oh, well, I'm just being honest. And what they really mean is, I want permission to be cruel. That's not wisdom. That's immaturity wearing a moral costume. Truth always needs to be linked to humility. You can be honest without being brutal. You can be direct without being arrogant. You can speak clearly without humiliating someone. The goal of truth is not to win. The goal of truth is to bring reality into light so something better can be built. What you say matters because your words are not just sounds, they aim you. If you constantly say, nothing ever works out for me, you start living as though that's true. If you constantly say, I can't change, then you stop looking for ways to change. If you constantly say it's everybody else's fault, you completely remove yourself from the solution. Your words are either going to build a bridge towards your future, or they build a prison around your present. So you need to be careful with what you say, especially to yourself. As I've said in previous videos, you don't need to fix your entire life in a day. Start with one honest sentence. Like, I'm angry. I'm scared. I've been lazy. I need help. I was wrong. Or here's a big one. I don't know. I've been avoiding this. I need to apologize, or I need to change. That one sentence can be the beginning of a new life. Because truth creates the conditions for order, and order creates the conditions for meaning. A good life cannot be built on lies. Not because the universe is trying to punish you, but because reality eventually wins. You can ignore it for a while. You can hide from it. You can distract yourself. You can blame everybody else. But sooner or later, the truth will come to collect. So the better path is to meet it voluntarily. Tell the truth. Start with yourself. Say what you know to be true. Stop saying what you know to be false. Then watch how much stronger you become when you no longer have to carry the weight of pretending. The truth might hurt your pride, but lies will cost you your life. Not all at once, little by little.